What's up, Stat Family? I told you we was coming back with another. We got Larry Bird, Insane Promise, the most disrespectful promise ever. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. You know we in here, Big Bird. To the end now. Real legend around here. Never get old.
Hey guys, this video is brought to you by Banneker Watches. If you like classy, stylish, and unique watches with a little bit of history to it, Banneker Watches is perfect for you. They even have the Tim Hardaway edition. So check out bannekerwatches.com and get your watch today.
Oh, go ahead, Big Bird. It's live.
Hey folks, how's it going? I'm Sean Davids. Welcome back to the show. Let's talk some old school basketball. Now, with the Last Dance documentary dominating NBA world, I want to make sure that my second favorite player of all time doesn't get forgotten. Now, with Michael Jordan being my number one, Larry Bird being my number two. So in this video, I want to cover a Larry Bird story, or let's say my favorite insane Larry Bird story. But before we start with this video, a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thanks a lot, you guys, for supporting the show. It's really appreciated. And I would say, let's dig right into it.
Salute, Sean David. Real legend.
In the mid-1980s, you had some of the most iconic players in NBA history. If it was a Magic Johnson, a Dr. J, or a Michael Jordan. But even until today, everybody wants to know more about Larry Bird. The guy that can't jump, was super slow, but some way somehow was still able to give you 30 points a night. It's kind of funny. In the last couple of months, I spoke to many NBA legends of that era, and they all basically said the same thing. Slow and can't jump?
Showtime.
I gotta be talking about somebody else but Larry Bird. Now, since the game today is a completely different game in comparison to the 80s and 90s, players like Larry Bird are mysterious. Hearing all those crazy trash talk stories, and then seeing that this guy was actually able to back it up, it's just crazy. I mean, the things that Larry used to do are so bold and funny, and just to think that Larry used to trash talk the biggest names in the games is just incredible. For example, when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird became friends and the Lakers and the Celtics were playing against each other, there was that one game where Magic had to sit out and watch the game from the bench. And what did Larry Bird do? He walks to Magic and says, "Man, I'm sorry you're not playing, but I'm gonna tell you what, since you're already here, I'm gonna put on a show for you." And what can you say? Larry kept his promise and had a great night, and after every bucket, he looked over to Magic. Or who can forget the game of the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks, which to me is the second best Larry Bird trash talk story.
But when you played against somebody, do you remember? Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the Bird night. That was a tough night, man. But when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says, left side over across the three, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
I think Bird went by the bench one time too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer.
Right.
Yeah, and so it was a bad night.
Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot. They're not going to count it. And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole.
Well, it's kind of hard to top a story like that, and I can definitely understand that this is one of the favorite stories of many Larry Bird fans. But to me, I got a different one. In the playoffs of the 1985 season, the Boston Celtics again would face the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals. The Lakers, with the help of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson, defeated the Celtics 4-2 to defeat the Celtics for the first time in Lakers finals history. Boston could not believe it, since they felt they had the better team. For the 1985-86 season, the Celtics made some major changes to their roster and would have one of the best passing teams of all time.
Well, it makes it easy. Anytime you can work out of the post and you can go and set flare screens and down screens for other players and then keep the ball moving. It keeps the defense off balance and it makes them work hard on the defense.
Has 18 points. Oh, what a nice pass by Walton to Bird.
I would feel like Larry and Bill was probably two of the best passing big men in the history of basketball.
That Celtics team was so good that many of their games were already decided even before the fourth quarter started. The problem with that was that players with the competitive edge and drive of a Larry Bird sometimes would get bored and mentally check out of the game. One of those nights was the 6th of December in 1985 when the Boston Celtics played against the Portland Trail Blazers. At that time, the Blazers were not yet the powerhouse that they would later become, since Clyde Drexler was still relatively young. That night, Larry Bird had an off night and only shot 34% from the field. What many people of the media overlooked was that Larry still had 11 rebounds and 7 assists, but still the Celtics lost by 18. Both teams would meet again on the 14th of February in 1986 after a long road trip for the Boston Celtics. Larry was reminded by the press and media that he had a bad game against the Blazers. Bill Walton recalls, "Larry told us all, and the media even, tomorrow night's the last night of the trip and I'm going to play the game left-handed." This was crazy, even for Larry Bird. The Blazers obviously also read the newspapers and decided to put the very athletic Jerome Kersey on Bird to make sure that Bird's promise would be an empty one.
Thoughts on tonight's matchup? Another lineup change by the coach. He's installed Jerome Kersey in the starting lineup.
Well, he's put a tiger in the tank. He feels that Jerome Kersey is going to give him some aggressiveness, particularly against Larry Bird.
Now it was on. The game started, and Larry Bird did what Larry Bird does.
Told all of us and the media, he said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip, I'm going to play this one left hand.
So when you look at the matchups, you'll see Kiki Vandeweghe handling Scott Wedman. Of course, Sam Bowie will handle Robert Terry. And the assignment for Jerome Kersey is to be able to handle a hot-shooting Larry Bird.
Phillip. Bird. 10-6.
Bird is open. Larry Bird over Kersey. Doesn't matter where he is.
Set. Rebound aid. Well, Bird's still down there.
There's nothing you can do about that with a guy.
Coming down to the 3-minute mark. Second quarter. Whitman for Harris against Louis. Too far, Bird's there. 47-46. 16 points for Larry Bird. Harris behind Celtics up there. Johnson and Bird. Tied again. Feaster for Larry Bird.
Bird with the left hand and it stays.
Left hand, right hand, both hands. Danny Ainge for Bird. 95-90. Bird with 37.
Everything has come from the outside, so you really don't want to take advantage of your advantage.
And they got 3 fouls real quick, penetrating. Bird. Looks good, and he's fouled. Shot clocks it in. Point. No whistle. Rebound, Bird. They're trying to tie. 10 seconds. You see the tie. Larry Bird ties it. Blazers one time, they call it. 6 seconds to win this thing.
The game went into overtime, and Larry Bird now started to use his right hand more often. Up until that point, he already scored more than 20 points with his left hand.
Robinson for Bird.
Now that is a shot that you can't give Bird. You can't give it the wide open.
Larry Bird, we got the ball. Dennis Johnson, 10 seconds the clock. You watch it count down. Blazers up by a point.
Now, Bird can't beat you right there. You got to keep them under control. They don't.
And the Blazers have timeout with 3 seconds remaining. As Bird goes to 47 points.
This shot would also be the game winner. Bird scored 10 out of his 21 field goals against the Portland Trail Blazers with his left hand and finished the game with 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. The Celtics won that game 120-119 in overtime. Bird was later asked why he used his left hand so much, and he answered, he wanted to save his right hand for the Lakers. It doesn't get any cooler than that. All right, you guys, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also like the video, because I just found out apparently that also helps. Also, if you want to hear more podcasts with me and former NBA legends like Tim Hardaway, Dennis Rodman, Dominique Wilkins, Alonzo Mourning, and so on, please check out the Basketball Time Machine podcast on iTunes and on Spotify.
I still be in awe every time I watch something. It don't make no sense. Dude was out there playing the whole game left-handed, and then told him when he got done, I'm saving my right for the Lakers. Imagine somebody told you that. I'm gonna play this game left-handed now. I'm talking about, even though he right left-handed, he don't even usually play in the game left-handed like that. He talking about, I'm gonna play the game left-handed. He letting them know before the damn game. There's nothing else to see. Real legend, man. Big Bird, you're a real legend. And never get old. I gotta get it. I gotta make sure I know it. Gotta be knowledgeable out here now. Gotta know your knowledge. Gotta know your history. And one thing I do know, you went out there and handled that left-hand game, though. What? 47? What did they say? 47, 11, and 14? The guy was putting up modern day numbers. You wanted the creators. It don't make no sense. You're a real legend, Big Bird. You're a real legend. We salute you now. Out there playing the game ambidextrous. First one to do it. I'm talking about had a package before you came in the league. You need a trainer. That's how legendary it is. Dude didn't even need to work on nothing. Real legend. That's why when you go home, practice start at home. It's good to practice when the coach is there. Because you're going to practice. When you leave the gym, when you get to the houses, you're going to hoop. Bird was hooping, Jeffrey was hooping, and Kobe was hooping. It all makes sense now. You're a real legend, Big Bird. Salute Bird family, salute Stat family. And I thank y'all for watching the full video, because we're going to be back with another video after this video. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. You know,